Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Team Mercury Rose Productions channel. You know what I'm saying? Today we're going to start by making a beat from scratch. I'm going to be using some Splice samples. By the way, shout out to Splice. They're definitely a cheat code for the industry, man. I got my link below if you guys are interested. But yeah, we're going to be mixing the beat. We're going to be arranging the beat, whole 9 yards. So stay tuned. All right, so to get started, I'll let you guys see what I have so far. Got a dope sample from Splice. I'll play it for you. It's 80 BPM and C minor is the key. So you know me, I always double up my instruments, make it sound more full. You know what I'm saying? So we just double that. That's how it sounds with two. Yeah. You know it's getting close. Excuse me. You know it's getting close to the winter time, so we gotta slow it down. You know what I'm saying? Give something for the ladies and for the laid back fellas who just want to chill and vibe. You feel me? So next, I also got a drum pattern from Splice. I'm gonna play that now. Hey. All right, and I actually have some Apple loops that I added from Logic Pro. They have some dope stuff there, man. People sleep on there, but I like to use them. Hi-hats, nice little accent, you know what I mean, for the main beat. That's doubled, of course. I kept the hi-hat single just because there's already hi-hats in the track, but you'll see. Alright, here's how it all sounds together as just a 4-bar or 4-measure loop. Without further ado, I think, now, let me start off by saying this. There's no laws, there's no rules, there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's just about how you feel and how you express it. So everything is up for debate. Everything is depending on per song, per producer. You know what I'm saying? For me, I'm just going to be building it based off of the industry formula or the industry standard as far as music goes right now, for sake of this video. But again, it's all freestyle. All depends on how you do things. This is just how I do things, all right? So I think it'll be easier since this is more of an educational video if I EQ and mix the beat as much as possible first. That makes it just sound better so you're hearing everything when it's time to arrange it and make those epic drops and, high pass filters and stuff that I put on my beats. I think it'll be dope. So let's start with the drums, usually the simplest thing. Solo them out. Alright. So check it. As you can see, that is the signal that's going to be coming across in the EQ. What I've learned is that if you want them kicks to really hit, you're not really hearing nothing, our ears anyway, and the speakers can't really hear nothing 30 hertz or below. 30 kHz or below. So what I like to do is I like to take this and bring it out. It's going to make it hit a little, punch a little heavier. You know what I'm saying? Also, a lot of this stuff up here, you're not hearing anyway. So I like to cut it down. It kind of makes the mix tighter, So let's listen to it with it and without it. Here is without it first. Let's do that. Alright, now here's it with it. Just makes that punch just a little bit heavier, you know what I'm saying? So then because they're a duplicate of the same track, I'm going to take this and actually option and drag it over. That gives it a duplicate copy. It makes it real simple. So let's listen to it together. Nice tight. Okay. Let's get the main lead in here. wise man once told me, mix everything to the drums, to the bass, to that kick, the loudest part of it. Because if you want those to knock, you can't have things competing with it. So if you bring all your instruments to 0 and bring them up to where you still feel the impact of the bass, and it's right under it, makes it perfect. It's like an industry secret that y'all only get in here. Plus, you want to make sure you have room for the vocals as well. You know, they're gonna sit on top of everything. So, and actually, for these samples, we can go ahead and put a. You know what? I'm gonna show you a faster way to do it that I actually just learned. So I think it's dope. You can actually take. I've already done the first one, so I'm not gonna worry about it. But you can actually bus or stereo out both of these to a bus where they will play fully through, and so the effects and the filters, if you have like a whole bunch of harmonies or different things, they will all fit that one channel. So that's what I'm gonna do right here, show you how to do that. Stereo out, you're gonna do bus 1. I like to go immediately right down here and name it so I know what it is when I look at the different window. This is the lead sample, and now both tracks will be played out of this bus. So any effects I put on it come directly to this one. Alright, so we know if I take out the drums, what you want to do is take out that bottom end. You don't want nothing competing with the kicks. Even if there's like this sample already has like it kind of sounds like a light 808 in it. That's still okay because bringing it up, you won't have it compete with the kick, like I said. So I'm gonna do about 40, and you see where most of this sample lies as far as the frequency. So you can cut out a lot of this extra stuff, and I think it actually helps give space when you do a high pass filter like I'm doing right here for the instruments on top, because if you notice, samples really sound like light and airy, and then you have that like underwater feeling, which is the high pass filter. That gives plenty of space for any singer or rapper or whatever to do their thing on top. So this sounds good. I think I'm gonna put a compressor on here just to clean up anything else. Actually, no, I'm not gonna put a compressor on here. I'm gonna go to Easy Mix. Easy Mix is a great plugin too. I'll probably do a video on them later. I'm going to my favorites. I have 4 packs already, so. Yeah, it just makes it really full, you know what I mean? Alright, so I'm actually going to turn the rest of these down. Make sure we get this part right first. Yeah, those are 2 ways that you can actually have music outputted. So you can either put an EQ or whatever effect on both tracks, or you can take CD audios are still blank and bust them out to one track, and then just put all the effects on one track. A lot of people don't mix their beats, and I think it really hurts the quality of their product, because you want that beat to come out full and impactful, or they rely on the mixing of the engineer. But I think it just makes a better product when from the beginning you put emphasis on the quality. You know what I'm saying? So I have this what you're gonna hear right here, I've actually panned them so they're wider in the mix. Alright, so we're gonna add this to the overall track. Nice and low in the mix, but still there. So we're gonna add more instruments now. Excuse me. And then the hi-hats. Seems like everything is sitting pretty nicely for now. So now we're gonna do the arrangement, which I think first let's save it. Always save it. I think this is the most fun part of the beat to me, is finding a dope way to arrange it and have drops come in and you build up, and you know what I mean. Like that's fun to me. So for example, by arrangement, this is what I mean. If these are all the instruments that's gonna be in the track, which I like to do simple stuff. It just makes it better, but then now you have to find a way to differentiate the hook from the verse, leads, build-ups, bridges, stuff like that. Oh, before I forget, you got to make sure that everything is the same BPM. It's actually 80, that's the tempo, or BPM, beats per minute, and that they are the same key. As a young producer, who you want to make sure that things are played in the same key. You know what I'm saying? Just self-explanatory. If you don't know music theory, which I'm not really the best at, but I took a class on it a long time ago, but to be honest, I don't really remember too much. But it is important to know that things stay in key and pitch and things like that, especially if you're going to be working with auto-tune or working on a professional level, you know what I'm saying? So make sure you guys look out for that. But all of this stuff fits that, so as you can hear, that's why everything sounds like it fits together. So now I'm going to give you an example of what something like an arrangement would be like. First 4 bars usually the beginning of the song, so I like to start real basic with that. I'll take out all of the extra effects that we'll bring in later. And let's hear it with just the drums. This is the first thing the listener is going to hear, so you want to make it enticing for them to want to hear more, Since I'm here, I always add my tag. Definitely important to have a tag as a producer. I know people don't say that, but if you're going to brand yourself and take this serious as a business, you want people to know who made this beat. So I'm going to actually add my tag right now. That's a pretty good placement there. Just drop it in there. I'll bring it up a little bit. So now that we got that in there, next will be the first time the bass drops, the beat drops, whatever you want to call it. I like to put the hook first. That's kind of just the formula that I've been seeing has been working. If you're a student in the game, you know what I'm talking about. So I usually bring the hook right in, and then I'll drop into the first verse. So what I like to do is start it hitting hard. You know, you want to catch people in that first beat drop. So I'll take out. Also, I don't know, when it comes to this, I'm kind of OCD, so I like to make sure that my tracks, or my sections, excuse me, have different colors, you know what I mean? So, let's go down here to select all inside locators, colors, and favorite color is purple, let's do purple. So now we know this part is the hook. It sounded good twice. So I'm going to duplicate the section. See how it sounds. Like I said, you want to make sure you build up and drop down and stuff before you get into the verse, which really is just taking away instruments. So add these two sounds at the end. See how they sound. Nice, bring this down a little bit. And like around here is when I like to start taking away instruments. It's the end of the hook, so it focuses, focus more and give more emphasis to whatever melody or artist that's on top of it, and it'll make a smooth transition into the first verse. So I think I'm gonna take away the drums, but I'm not gonna back them up all the way. Excuse me. To me, that sounds good. So now I'm going to do the first part of the verse. I'm going to duplicate it so it's at least the same. We'll listen for the length. I do after I arrange it. So let's bring in the first 4 bars first before we worry about if we're going to extend it or not. I'm just going to take these out. Sounds good to me. Actually, I don't think we need to even extend it. So now I am going to take this hook part, everything that's purple, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to select all inside locators, and I'm going to press copy. We'll go over here and paste it because we've already arranged the hook part. So now we're going to hear how it sounds as a transition from the verse to the hook. Alright, so as you see, there's no really difference you can hear. So I want to change that. I like epic transitions. That's just something I've always liked. Whether it be the artist transition from the verse to the hook lyrically, or the music actually transitioning smoothly. like it's something I'll stick with on. So let's see what we can do. What I'm doing now is I'm taking that little section that's the hook and I'm bouncing it so that I can automate all the effects at once and it sounds smooth. Always do waves if you're going to do it this way. Alright, so now I'll take... Actually, no, this would be easier. Select all inside locators and mute them. Make sure nothing's playing. And then what you're going to do is you're going to add that bounce that you just bounced to that section right there. As you hear, it's all those tracks condensed into one. So what I want to do is duplicate let's create a new track. Let's put it on there. We don't want to mess with the tag. I'm actually going to drag the tag to the top. Right there. Alright. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to as you see, it basically cut all of the higher frequencies. That's the effect click A, and I'll go here, and I'll go to single IQ or EQ, excuse me, and frequency. That's what you're going to be automating. So 16. This basically is the full. Yeah, there we go. That's the full frequency that you get that it was going to play, right? So anything lower than that, you're cutting all of those filters. So I like to make sure to start pretty low, so you're only getting really that bottom end, you know. Or start a little higher. I just love that vibe, you know. So now that we have that, that's not where we're gonna stop actually. Something I like to do, I like for it not to be so stagnant when it's doing that. I like it to move a little bit, so I always put a phaser on this section. Yeah, you hear how it's like moving, you know what I mean? So now we need to hear it with the other instruments to see how the drop sounds. Yeah, there we go. I'm giving you all the sauce right now. But, hey, hopefully I can help somebody, you know? Alright, so make sure that we change that color to purple. So now we know this is the verse. You hear it one more time. So now we just need the second verse, which we'll take from this. Command C. Make sure everything is selected though. Command C or Control C if you're on a PC, and then Command or Control V to paste. And now we got our second verse. Because this is more R&B than, like, I would say rap or trap, even though a rapper probably could get on this, I think I'm going to keep them the same. Because I'm sure the singer will, or you would hope that the singer does the same, maybe a slight variation, but a similar melody to the first verse, so that they flow, they keep the track going. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole thing is, as a producer, is for you to get them from the beginning to the end more interested in the track as it goes along. And repetition always does that. That's why a lot of music has chants in it. A lot of music, basically the same flow that you hear in the first verse, you're showing the second verse, like, that's on purpose. And so as a producer, you really want to make sure that you give the artist a layup, basically. You know what I mean? Like, you are creating this track. They're going to follow your vision, especially on a professional level. Like, if you're working one-on-one with artists, You want to make sure that you're giving them a direction to go in, so that it fits your vision for the track. You know, a lot of people think that. I mean, it depends on the situation, but for me, I care about the end product. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always making sure that if I'm gonna have somebody rap on something that I'm creating, that I can give them a direction to go in to fit the vibe. You know what I mean? Or at least an idea of what this is a part of, so that they understand the perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like I care about that a lot, but you know, so but if you're just selling this beat online, which I'll probably do this, then you can leave it up to the consumer. Like at the end of the day, it depends what you're doing with the music. If you're just selling the beat, you know, you can give them a title, they give them a direction if they want to, but then it's totally up to them. But if it's for something that you're putting out yourself, you want to make sure that you do that, especially if you're working, collaborating with other people. So, or at least I make sure that's important. You know, I own these masters. I make sure that, you know, no matter what happens, I never, like, it's going to take a big bag for me to actually give up the rights to the beat. You know what I mean? You can buy licenses from me all day, no problem. But, like, it's going to take a big bag if you want to own this yourself. You know what I'm saying? The industry's changed, and I think that more people should be aware of that. That's why I have no problem. I'm actually an artist as well. You can check out my other channel for my music. But I'll put the link below. But I don't care. If I make a song on the track, you guys can still purchase the beat and do it. And if you do a better song than me, great. We both win. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about being creative, being honest with your consumer, and making sure that you understand that, you know, you put your heart and soul into this, and your business is right. You know, that's got to be important, because if one of these songs blows up, whether it's by you being an artist or another artist doing it, and they come and call you, you want to make sure that you know what's going on. I would always consult with a lawyer, but just keep that in mind. And people won't say this, so I just be honest. A lawyer that's not attached to the music industry, because they're you don't want somebody that's working for the record labels or somebody trying to purchase the beat to then represent you. You know what I'm saying? It's a conflict of interest. So, with that being said, let's get back to it. So now we're going to add the hook, which all we're going to do is we're going to copy the one that we already did, just the back part of it, not the filter part. And then I'm going to paste it. Make sure everything is lined up. You want it to be on the first part of the measure. And then paste. Command C again, or Command or Control C if you're on PC. Which I'm not even sure if Logic's on PC, but whatever. Alright, let's see the transition. Okay, so what I want to do is, I don't want it to be the same. So I'm going to take out, let's see. Let's mute this. Let's take out everything but the sample. Alright, so we're actually going to repeat that again. this part is, you know, you just be creative. You play around. You find something that just makes it a little different, a little stand out a little more. You know. Sounds good to me. Alright. So we are in the track right there. And let's hear it from the top. Slow this down. Right here. Just see how it sounds before it goes into the hook. Back just a little bit, probably about there. Let's see. watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you guys want any more videos about how-tos or, you know what I'm saying, any industry insights. Just leave them in the comments below and share this with a producer or artist that you think might need to know this. You know what I'm saying? Without further ado, peace.